Yep.
Somebody asked, what is the single most important thing VCs are concerned about when looking at investing in an early stage company? Understand how venture capital works. Venture capital is a subset of private equity, a small, tiny subset. So if there's a $60 billion private equity firm, they have a $1 billion carve out for venture capital. It's money they can afford to lose, all right? And understand that VCs take their monies from other people. Like venture capitalists are investing other people's money. They're investing monies from endowments of colleges. They're investing money from pension funds, from insurance funds, things like that. And so the way this works is, as a VC, depending on the size of your fund, the way you make money is you get 20% of everything of all the returns over the initial size of the fund. So if you have a $100 million fund, you got to return $100 million from the companies you invested in first. And then anything over top of that, you get to keep 20%. That's how you make money in venture capital, right? So the most important thing for me when I find an early stage company is, do I believe that company has the ability to return capital? And what that means is, and generally speaking, the two ways I make money as a venture capitalist is that your company goes public or gets acquired. Those are the only two ways, generally speaking, I can get money. Now, there are other ways to do it. There's some nuances there, but generally speaking, those are the two ways. So when I'm looking at entrepreneur, I have to believe they have the potential to get acquired or go public sometime in the next 5 to 8 years. I have to believe that. That is the number one thing I'm concerned about, that they have the ability to do that. And then on top of that, because of the way the economics for venture capital is done, everybody complains about VCs looking for unicorns. Well, here's the thing. Generally speaking, for a venture firm to actually return 2x or more of their fund, they need to have at least one company return the entire size of the fund. So every time I invest in a company, I am betting that when they exit, they have the potential to return whatever the dollar amount of my fund is. So if it's a $100 million fund, I'm betting that every company I invest in has the potential to return $100 million. If it's a $50 million fund, same thing. If it's a $10 million fund, I am betting that every company I invest in has the potential to return $10 million or more. Otherwise, I'm not going to do a good job as a VC. And to make that even more clear, 75% of all venture capitalists do not 2x their fund over 10 years. A VC fund is a 10-year lifespan. And over that 10 years, 75% of all VCs don't 2 times their fund. That's just what it is.